are discussing about Bahiranga Shakti, the existence of Bahiranga Shakti. What? You want to sleep? So we took sloka from the second canto, 9th chapter, 33rd. ऋतेर्दं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्यादात्मनो मायां यथा भासो यथा तमः. So who is going to explain the basic meaning of this? 18 Mataji. The same thing. Yatha bhaso yatha tamah. Riterdam yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani. What is the meaning of this? What we discussed? Can anyone answer? Mataji, you want? Okay, others? You want to try? Try? Take mic.
Artham yet pratiyeta, one which appears without me. And in my it means that in my appearance, its appearance is not there.
Yeah.
Which means its appearance is outside of my appearance.
Very good.
And na pratiyeta chatmani. So its appearance depends on my shelter.
Yeah.
Without my shelter, its appearance is not possible.
No, its appearance is not
possible
by itself. Its appearance is not by itself. Means
it depends on my shelter.
Yeah. Its appearance depends on
my shelter.
Yeah.
So what is that vastu?
So these are two characteristics we discussed.
Yeah.
So these two characteristics are possessing which object is having these two characteristics? The tad vidyat, you should know that one as Atmanah Mayam. You should know that as my Maya.
Yes.
Example is Yatha Bhaso Yatha Tamaha.
Abhasa means reflection.
Yes, Abhasa means reflection.
Which looks like the original one, but it is not the same.
Abhasa means looks like original one, but it is not the original.
Same.
Yeah.
So you gave some examples also.
Yeah, reflection, yes. And Yatha Tamaha.
Yeah, Yatha Tamaha, yes.
Tamaha means darkness.
Yeah, right.
So now we discussed also from this Abhasa example we took. So how Abhasa, this example can fit here. That means Abhasa is also having the same characteristics what said in the first. Abhasa means reflection. Reflection is always outside the source. Like for example, if you take the sun and reflection on mirror, if you capture the rays of sun on the mirror, those will reflect and they fall in some other place. That is known as reflection. So that definitely outside of the source, and also without the sun, reflection is not possible. Similarly here, the Maya. And also Yatha Tamaha. So that also we will discuss today. Anyway, I can answer now also. Tamaha means, yes, Hare Krishna. Tamaha means darkness. Darkness always exists outside the source of the light. And without the source of the light, darkness cannot exist. Means that, what does that mean? That we'll understand very soon. Darkness, without the source of the light, darkness will not exist. Is not correct actually. Without the source of light only darkness exists. Then how this example we should fit it? That we will discuss today. Are you getting? There is a point here. Darkness example, that means darkness also is given as an example here. But darkness should also have the two characteristics what are said in the first line. That means whose appearance is always outside to the appearance of the source, and whose appearance is dependent on source. But you see the darkness always appear outside the source. That means source means light, and darkness depends on the source. No, it's not dependent on the source. It's not shadow. I am saying here tamaha means darkness. Shadow example will work. Shadow example will work. Tamaha is said then. Why tamaha is said? Tamaha. Tamaha is example is given. Okay. Tamaha should also have the same characteristics. Tamaha, if you want to make it as example, it also should have the two characteristics. What are those? Whose appearance is outside the source, whose appearance is the outside of the appearance of the source, and which is always dependent on the that means whose appearance is dependent on the source. These two. Yes, you are remembering? You forgot. Yeah. Now the tamaha, you take the tamaha means darkness. Darkness, appearance of darkness is always the appearance of the light. It is outside. Our darkness always exists outside of the source. And second is what? Which depends on the light. It should depend on the light, but if there is no light, automatically darkness. Where is the dependency? Yeah. Okay. This we'll discuss anyway now. And see here, one important thing. There are the two examples are given. By these two examples, you can understand Maya is also existing in two different ways. In that way, that means since here Maya is exemplified by the two different examples, that's why the functionality of the Maya is also two different ways. So that also you can establish, or otherwise you can take directly also. That means two examples are explaining about Maya only. Like that also, only two examples are given, but both are telling about the Maya only. That also you can take. Okay? Maya himself. Two examples are telling about, are describing about the Maya only. Like that also you can take. So first one is Abhasaha if you take. Abhasa if you take. So it is simply explaining about the Maya. You can take directly Abhasa is exemplifying the Maya. Abhasa means reflection, which always appears outside the appearance of light. And Abhasa means reflection, and reflection is dependent on light. So like the Maya is also same. Like that also you can give. Tamaha also is same way. Tamaha is existing outside the sun. That's why I should not eat. If I eat, I cannot speak. नेक्स्ट कल से नहीं लेना चाहिए नहीं अत्याहार है so darkness always exists outside the light and without light darkness will not exist. That also we'll discuss. Now if you take Abhasa and Tamaha are explaining about the two functionalities of the one Maya, then how to describe this, how to explain this also we discussed. Let us take, there is a strong light, it is falling on the, that means very effulgent light is falling on the someone's eyes, like otherwise direct sun rays of the noontime sun rays, if you directly expose your eyes to that, then what will happen? Two things will happen. One is the vision is lost first. The person cannot see. And second thing is he will be seeing the different colors, that is known as photochromatic effect. Varna Shavalyam. Huh? Okay. Polychromatic effect. So these two things are dependent on light. Yes or no? That means covering the vision, that is happening first time, and next seeing the various colors, Varna Shavalyam. It is also dependent on light directly. Without light, is it these two are possible? No. And they are also existing outside the light or not? Varna Shavalyam, are you seeing in that sun, or the somewhere in front of you? In front of you will be seeing. Yes or no? So that's why in this way you can explain these two, losing vision and Varna Shavalyam, as two different features of Maya. Those are the Jiva Maya and Guna Maya. Jiva Maya covers the Swarupa Gnanam of the Atma, and Guna Maya is the cause for the material manifestation. Okay? The same thing is happening here also in the example. We discussed till here. Next, there is a sloka actually. Cha Ayurveda Vidaha. The notes of Ayurveda says, Jagadyonerachintasya chidanandaikarupineha pumsoste prakrutirnitya pratichayaiva bhasvatah acetanapi chaitanya yogena paramatmana akarodvishwamakilam anityam natakakrutihi. What Ayurveda student is saying? Jagad yonihi achintyasya chidanandaika rupinaha pumsaha asti prakritihi nitya pratichaya eva bhasvataha. What is the cause for this material world? Jagat yoni means cause for this material world. What is that? Achintyasya chidanandaika rupinaha. Achintyaha is the Supreme Lord. And how he is? Chidanandaika rupinaha. He is completely blissful. And rupinaha pumsaha. He is a Purusha. And his Shakti. Pumsaha asti prakritihi. His Prakriti is the cause for the material world. That is Pratichaya. This Prakriti is nothing but the reflection of the, or the shadow of the, is a shadow. It's a shadow, it's a simple shadow. That means same philosophy what we are accepting, that is there in the Ayurveda also. Achetana api, this Prakriti which is belongs to the Lord, this is a chaya, is achetana, is not having any activeness. Chaitanya yogena paramatmana, but by the association of the, by the Chaitanyam, that means Chaitanya yogena, when the Lord's Bibir Shakti enters in this, then it will function. Akarod vishwam akilam anityam, then it made this whole creation. How it is? It is like whole thing is like a nataka krutihi. You'll be seeing Drama. By the some toys, what we say? Puppets. Puppets, they are dancing. Are they are dancing by themselves? No, someone is making. Similarly, this Prakriti is manifesting so many things. Is it doing himself? No. Chaitanya Yogena. When the Lord's energy enters into this, then only it can function. Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti. So next session is that only. Next Anuched. Tadevam nimittamsho jivamaya upadanamsho gunamaya iti agrepi vivechaniyam. Now, in this case, that means if you define Maya is having the two different functionalities. So one is Jivamaya and another is Gunamaya. Jivamaya is the Nimittamsha and Gunamaya is the Upadanamsha. What is the meaning of this? Try to understand. If you want to make a pot, you need mud and also you need stick. Why you need stick? To rotate the wheel. Without rotating wheel, you cannot. And also you need the chakram. Here, mud is the upadana karanam and the wheel is, or the danda stick is nimitta karanam. Here, Jivamaya is the nimittamsha and Gunamaya is the upadanamsha. Jivamaya covers the Swarupa Gnanam of the Jivatma and Upadana Gunamaya will cause for the, like mud is cause for the pot. Mud only transformed. Like that, Gunamaya is the Upadanamsha for this material world. And who is the and who Nimittamsha is what? This is the Jivamaya, which covers. If Jivatma is not covered by the Jivamaya, is there any possibility of seeing this material world? No. If there is no stick and there is no wheel, can you see the production of pot? No. The same way. Both are necessary. Jivamaya and Gunamaya. Ata evam siddham Jivamayakyam Gunamayakyam. Like this. That's why we should accept these two. Jivamaya and Gunamaya. Anyone heard this before? First time, how many are you are hearing? This Jivamaya and Gunamaya. Not yesterday. That means. So Jivamayakyam Gunamayakyam. Okay. Like this two we should accept. Ditiyam api amsham drashtantena spashtayati. Okay, I said what I said. You can take these two examples to explain two different functionality of the Maya. That means Gunamaya and the Jivamaya. That also can be done. Or otherwise, you can take these two examples to explain only Maya also. Okay? Two different kinds of interpretations you can do for this sloka. Clear? Abhasa and Tamaha. Abhasa and Tamaha, you can take these two different examples to explain two different functionalities of Maya. That is also possible. Or otherwise, you can take Abhasa and Tamaha as two examples, but to explain only Maya. Here, you see how we did. That means we took the two examples to explain two different functionalities. There, Varna Shavalyam is nothing but the Tamaha, and losing vision is nothing but the Abhasa. That you should take like that. Okay, Tirumala? You are getting or not? Tamah shabdena atra purvoktam tamah prayam varna savalyam uchyate. Tamah prayam varna shavalyam uchyate. This is same Anucheda. Siddhamma. Jivamayakyam gunamayakyam. It is done. Next, Ditiyam api amsham drishtantena spashtayati. So try to understand. Now we are taking two different examples, Tamaha and Abhasa, as they are explaining the two different functionalities of Maya. So in this case, Tamaha means what you should take? Varna Shavalyam. In this case, you should take Tamaha as Varna Shavalyam. And Abhasa you should take as losing the vision. That means when it falls, strong light. When that reflects on your eyes, then what will happen? Your vision is lost. When sunlight reflects on your eyes, so Abhasa means reflection. So eyes will be lost, eyes are losing the vision. So that's why that is compared with the Jivamaya. Because like in the example also, that reflection is cause for the losing the vision. Okay, Abhasa means reflection. So it's losing the vision. So that's why you said that is Jivamaya. And after that, Varna Shavalyam is happening. When it reflected on your eyes, and after that you are seeing the creation of the different Varnas, colors. So that's a Varna Shavalyam you should take as Tamaha. Clear? Getting or not? Ditatma, give your book. Huh? That way I'll explain. Okay, now Tamaha we took as Varna Shavalyam means now here Tamaha is used for what? To explain the functionality of the Gunamaya. That means functionality of the Maya. Not directly Maya. Okay? Next. Tad yatha tan moola jyotishya sadapi tadashrayatvam vine na sambhavati. So now we are explaining. Varna Shavalyam is outside the source of the light, and also it is dependent on the light. Moola jyotishi asadapi. That means tadashrayatvam vina na sambhavati. Without the having the main source of the light, Varna Shavalyam is not possible, and the appearance of the Varna Shavalyam exists outside the appearance of the main source of the light. That's why it is best example to explain the Gunamaya. Next, what is another thing is remaining? Now we have to see how Tamaha can explain directly Maya, not the Gunamaya. How Abhasa can explain directly Maya, not the Jivamaya. That already we did, because Abhasa means reflection. That means the light which is falling on someone and existing on outside of the source, like already gave, that you can take directly. Okay? So there from that explanation you are clearly understanding that how Abhasa is explaining about directly Maya, not the Jivamaya. That is clear? But Abhasa, as when Abhasa explaining the Jivamaya, that is what? When that falls on your eyes, then you are losing the vision. So that means that reflection, that kind of reflection also is there. That means reflection can be many types. When it reflected on your eyes, then you are losing the vision. This effect is happening or not? So this is known as this reflection you should take as abhasa, and this is explaining about the jiva maya. Okay? No confusion actually. Huh? And at that time same varna shavalya happened, then that is explaining about the guna maya. That is known as tamaha. Varna shavalyam is known as tamaha, and that is describing about guna maya. Now you understood na? So how jiva maya is exemplified, and how the guna maya is exemplified by the abhasa and tamaha respectively. And also we understood how abhasa alone is explaining the maya or exemplifying the maya. Huh? Why you people don't focus actually. क्या करे भैया? ये क्यों लिख रहे तब तो? Why you are writing then? Don't write. You hear nicely. उसमें नहीं आएगा ना. आभासः तमः. Abhasa. There are two different explanations for this. One time Abhasa is explaining about Jiva Maya. Jiva Maya. And this is exemplifying Guna Maya. And Abhasa is second explanation. This is explanation 1. Explanation 1. And this is explanation 2. Okay? And in the explanation 2, Abhasa is telling about Maya, and also Tama is also exemplifying about. Clear? What is there? Any difficulty in this? So now, Abhasa, when it exemplify the Jiva Maya, that is when light falls on the eye. When light reflects on eye, so then what will happen? The loss of, there is a loss in the vision. So that reflection is known as Abhasa. So that is exemplifying the Jiva Maya. And next, when light falls on eye, at that time you will be seeing the different colors. That is known as Varna Shavalyam. Varna Shavalyam. And that is known as Tamaha. So that means this Varna Shavalyam, which is nothing but Tamaha, is also existing outside the appearance of the source, and also it is dependent on the source. And here this Varna Shavalyam is explaining about Gunamaya. Okay? Now, Abhasa in the second type of second explanation. Now, this is first explanation is finished. Now, we are going to the second explanation. Now, Abhasa is explaining about the Maya. How? Abhasa means the light which is outside, the light which is falling on, and any place which is outside to the source. That means the light which is falling outside the source is known as Abhasa. So that reflection or that light, that means now you see the bulb is there and this is reflecting on the floor. You are seeing the light here, yes? So this is Abhasa. And this is directly is appearing outside the main source and it is dependent on the main source. That's why it is explaining about Maya. Okay? And next, second, Tamaha. Tamaha is there. Tamaha means darkness. Darkness always exists outside the source, and darkness depends on the source of the light. That we'll see. That we'll see now. Mataji, I asked that question and I am going to answer. I only asked, na? कैप कहाँ है? Dhritatma, are you happy? You should wear the. Huh? You should wear a chashma. Actually, huh? Not able to see, worrying so much. इतना बड़ा अक्षर भी नहीं दिख रहे हैं. It will increase, Prabhu. If you don't use specs, it will increase very rapidly. Because we did that mistake. And you are student now. And if you are not student and you are not working and are not reading all the time, then it's another thing. Otherwise, your sight will increase like anything. Unnecessarily, we did mistake from childhood. And we got these big specs. Initially, if you wear initially itself, then it will not increase, and after some time you can balance also. You can, without specs also you can continue. So now we'll see the Tamaha, how it is exemplifying the or explaining about it. Is how can it can be example for Maya, that we'll see now. अथवा माया माया मात्र निरूपणे एव पृथक् दृष्टान्तद्वयम् तत्र आभासदृष्टान्तो व्याख्यातः तमो दृष्टान्तश्च यथा अंधकारो ज्योतिषः अन्यत्रैव प्रतीयते. Now here tamaha means what we take? Andhakaraha. That means darkness. Darkness always exists outside the light, source of the light. Yes, this point number one is satisfied. Next, Jyotirvina cha na pratiyate. What are the two conditions? The one which the appearance of object should be the outside to the appearance of source, and the appearance of appearance of that object should be dependent on the source. These are the two conditions. Yeah, here dependent on means here what you should take. Without the light, you cannot see the darkness. That meaning you should take. Without the light you cannot see darkness means you can see darkness with your only eyes. Can you see the darkness by your hand? Can you see the darkness by your feet, by your back? No. He wrote actually. I didn't use my word. Prushtadina means by the back. Can you see the light by your back? No. That means it is seen by the eyes, and eyes are having the jyoti. Eyes are having the jyoti. Jyotirvina na pratiyate. That means that you cannot experience without the jyoti. That is the dependence actually here. That dependence you should take. Yes. We see darkness with eyes only. Eyes means fire. That means jyoti. That means darkness is also dependent. The pratiti of the darkness is also dependent on jyoti. With eyes means what? Tejamsho chakshu. The amsha of the teja is nothing but the chakshu. Eyes means not this goal, not this ball. Eyeball. Eyeball is different from the eye. Taragravartini chakshu, which is just ज्योतिरात्मना चक्षुषैवा तत्प्रतीतेः न पृष्टादिना इति तथेयं तथा इयम् अपि इत्येवं ज्ञेयम्. आत्मना चक्षुषा एव तत्प्रतीतेः. That means न पृष्टादिना. You can see the light by the eyes, and also you can see the darkness by the eyes only. Eyes means jyoti, so that's the darkness, the pratiti of darkness, the experience of darkness is dependent on the jyoti. You cannot separate actually the pratiti of the darkness from the light. ततश्चांशद्वयं तु प्रवृत्तिभेदेनेवोह्यं न तु दृष्टान्तभेदेन. So now we are going to understanding the functions of Gunamaya and Jivamaya and Gunamaya. Okay, Jiva Goswami, you did very nice explanation by using two examples. You are explaining that there are the two different functionalities of the Maya. So can you show me those functionalities in the Bhagavatam? Can you show like that? Whatever you speculated. That is the objection raised actually. Opposite person will raise like this. Yes, I will show. प्राक्तन दृष्टान्तद्वैधाभिप्रायेण तु पूर्वस्य आभास पर्याय छाया शब्देन क्वचित् प्रयोगः. First of all, I am clarifying. Abhasa is equal to chaya. In the Shastra, many times we use chaya is a synonym for abhasa. That kind of usability we can see in the Shastra. Uttarasyaha tamaha shabdena. Anyway, second one is tamaha. Abhasa is equal to chaya. Tamaha is equal to tamaha. Okay? First I am clarifying this.
From, I think, Bhaktivinoda Thakur or Vishwanath Chakravarti was telling about Chaya Nama Bas. Why he's saying
No,
both
Prabhu,
of
don't
them.
mix that. That is another fully
Yeah,
different.
but these two meanings in one statement.
That I will discuss later.
Okay.
After the class, I will discuss. Because now this, let's flow, go on. So that is there in the Harinam Chintamani actually. So that we'll discuss after the class definitely. उत्तरस्याः तमशब्देन हि वचा इति यथा. So now we are going to see, we are going to show the two different functionalities quoted in the Shastra. That means Jiva Maya, which covers the Swarupa Gnanam of the Jivatma. So that is said in the third canto, 20th chapter. That is the Visarga. You all remember, might be remembering. Brahmaji, that Vidura was continuing, Maitreya was continuing to explain the Visarga, secondary creation. After finishing of Varaha Leela, so this is once again resumed back. The discussion continued. Sasarja chaya vidyam pancha parvanamagrata tamo moha mahamohastamisra hyanda sangita. Translation, can anyone read for the benefit of our students? Yes, obviously. Mataji.
First of all, Brahma created from his shadow the coverings of ignorance of the conditioned souls. They are 5 in number and are called Tamishra, Andatamisra, Tamas, Moha, and Mahamoha.
3:20:18. भागवती मेरा चिंता हो रहा है एक्चुअली कब फिनिश होगा जिस नहीं वो नहीं वो मेरा चैप्टर कब पूरा होगा जैसे आप लोग बार बार एग्जाम याद आते कुछ दुख होता है या नहीं सांदे मुनि प्रभु कुछ एक चिंता टेंशन होता है ना सिमिलरली हमको भी बार बार टेंशन आता है ओके यस प्रभु यस यस फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ब्रह्मा क्रिएटेड फ्रॉम हिज शैडो the coverings of ignorance. This is enough actually. Brahma sasarja. What is the kriya in this? Sasarja. So created. What? Who created? Brahma. Brahma sasarja. Kim sasarja? Avidyam. How many types it is? Tama, moha, mahamoha, tamisraha, andatamis. Like this it is 5. Avidya is 5 types. By what he created? Chaya. Chaya. So chaya means abhas. Yes. So here Chayaya. So here main point we should understand, this is the ignorance. Avidya is created. This avidya is the cause for the forget forgetting of Swarupa Gnanam. That means that will cover the knowledge of the Jivatma. So ultimately that is created by what? By the Chaya. So now you have to understand main theme actually. Maya is having two different functionalities. That is established or not, that you should see. So here Chaya, that means it's the part of the Maya or it's the Amsha of the Maya. So which is cause for especially for what? For the Avidya. And what is the functionality of this Avidya? It covers the Swarupa Gnanam, or the knowledge of the Jiva. Next, another example, Yathacha. So 10, 1 second. Another is we are going to show. 10, 14. Kwaham tamo mahadaham. What is that? Kwaham tamo mahadaham. Kachara. Kachara. What is this? This sloka I am not able to read in this. Can you read, Prabhu, sloka? Can you recite? Yeah, I will read the translation. What am I? What am I? It is actually prayers of Brahmaji. So in the Brahma Mohan Lila, Brahmaji is praying to the Lord. What am I? A small creature measuring 7 spans of my own hand. I am enclosed in a pot-like universe composed of material nature. The total material energy, false ego, ether, air, water, and earth. And what is your glory? Unlimited universe. Pass through the pores of your body, just as particles of dust pass through the openings of a screen window. So here, after seeing these so many Brahmas, they are all, that means, belong to the different universes, and so many Vishnus, and who is the original source as Krishna. He is seeing Krishna as original source of all these. Then he understood, who am I? Who am I? I am just Brahmaji. I am creator for one small universe. What is that? It is like a pot in front of the Lord. I am just controlling the some jivas there. I am creating. That's all my position. And these kind of things are just particles. These Brahmandas are just a particles in their Romakupam, actually, in the hairs of the Lord. Like how the dust particles comes from the window. Millions of dust particles you will be seeing in the sunlight. There are so many dust particles are coming from the window. Yes, like this, I am one out of that. I am the Brahmaji. I am the controller for one out of that, and he is a source for everything. and what is my position. So like this he said, but main point what we should take, this Brahmanda is what? Mahad Aham. This is Tamaha. It is made up of Tamaha. Tamaha means what is taken here? Mahat, false ego, ether, air, water, and earth. So that means what? Here Tamaha is said as Gunamaya. Yes or no? Yes. So that means Maya's functionalities are two different. Is accepted or not now? Huh? Clear? Actually 23 elements, gross elements these are. The gross means that is not exactly, you cannot uh, yes. Once again it will come. पूर्वत्र अविद्या विद्याख्या निमित्त शक्ति वृत्तिकत्वात् जीव विषयकत्वेन जीवमायात्वम् उत्तरत्र स्वीय तत्तद् गुणमय महदाद्युपादान शक्ति वृत्तिकत्वात् गुणमायत्वम्. Now we took two examples, one from the third canto, another from the 10th canto. In the third canto example, पूर्वत्र विद्या अविद्याख्य निमित्त शक्ति वृत्तिकत्वात्. पूर्वत्र अविद्या विद्याख्य निमित्त शक्ति वृत्तिकत्वात्. That's what in the first third canto what we read, that is chaya is creating the avidya, and that is what tamaha mohaha mahamohaha tamisraha andatamisraha. These are all different levels of the ignorance, and these, who are the object for these ignorance? Who is the object? Jivatma. Jivatma is the object for these ignorances. So that's why this is known as Jiva Maya. Jiva Vishayakatvena. Jiva Maya. And second, that means the 10th canto example what we are taking, Swiya Tattad Gunamaya Mahad. That Tamaha is cause for the what? Mahat, Ahankara, and which is cause for the three different, that means Pancha Tanmatras, Pancha Jnanendriyas, Pancha Karmendriyas, Pancha Mahabhutas, and Man. So these are all what? These are all Guna. Gunamayam. Gunamaya Mahadadi Upadana Shakti Vrittikatva. This Tamaha is the Upadana Karanam for the all these elements. So that's why it is known as. That means here Maya is Upadana Karanam for the elements. So that's why it is known as Gunamaya. Because these are all objects, like that means Mahat, Ahankara, Panchatanmatra, Panchagnanendriya, Panchakarmendriya, all are products of the gunas, and their Maya is the Upadana Karana for these gunas. That's why it is known as Gunamaya. Increase, speed increase. तथा सजर्ज इत्यादौ छाया शक्तिं मायाम् अवलम्ब्य सृष्ट्यारम्भे ब्रह्म स्वयं अविद्याम् आविर्भावितवान् इत्यर्थः. So that means first example you should take, Actually, what I should do, I am correcting my little mistake. In the first example, I said Chaya is equal to the Jivamaya, but Chaya is not Jivamaya, but Avidya itself is Jivamaya. Chaya is known as Maya. Yes. Chayaya means Mayaya Avidyam. Just one. You can say Maya also Chaya because Yatha Abhaso Yatha Tamaha. So you can say Maya also Abhasa. Abhasa is known as Chaya. So that's why here Chaya means you can take directly Maya also. And Avidya you should take as Jivamaya. Chayaya Avidyam Sasajja. Then you can say, so Maya is the cause for the, or the otherwise Gunamaya, Jivamaya is the product of the Maya. Maya is the central one. Maya is central one. Okay, you are getting, Prabhu? And Maya is the cause for the Jiva Maya, and Maya is cause for the Guna Maya. Tirumala is a Amsha, or otherwise you can take Maya. So that's why Chaya means you should take as Maya, and Avidya you should take as Jiva Maya. Everyone is hearing very attentively. This is showing very good. Sasarja ityado chaya shaktim mayam. Chaya shakti means mayam. You are asking actually what is chaya here? Who's chaya? That's maya you should take. Chaya shaktim mayam avalambya srishtyarambye brahma swayam avidyam avirbhavitavan. Brahmaji himself at the starting of the creation, he created this avidya which covers the Swarupa Gnanam of the Jivatma. So through the Maya he created. It is also said in the Uddhava Gita. Vidya vidye mamatanu vidyuddhava saririnam bandha mokshakari adye mayaya me vinirmite. My dear Uddhav, you should understand Vidya and Avidya both are my body. Vidya and Avidya, and both are created by the my Maya. Mayaya vinirmite. Me Mayaya, but is my Maya. These are all two. These two, Vidya and Avidya, are done by the my Maya. Wait, Prabhu, 1 second. So my Maya, and these two, Vidya and Avidya, are the cause for the one will be the cause for the bandhanam, and another is cause for the moksha. Here Maya means what? Shakti. You should take general idea actually. Shakti, you should take here Maya as Shakti. That meaning you should take. Maya is also having the several meanings. Maya means Dhambaha, Maya means Krupa, Maya means Shakti. Huh? And also Kapatata. So Maya means here what you should take? Shakti. Because here Maya is the cause for the Vidya, Avidya. Yeah. So who is that means Mokshakari. So the energy which cause for the liberation, that is what? That cannot be a material Maya. Bahiranga Shakti. Here we want to show this avidya. That means in the third canto, what you are hearing, Brahmaji, by using the Maya, he created the avidya. That is known as Dendatri Mataji is sleeping. Boring? So here avidya, by using the, so Brahmaji by using the Maya, he created the avidya. So that is nothing but Jiva Maya. So you want to prove that, you have to show another place. Yeah. So can you show any another place by using the Maya? So avidya is created. Yes, this is the example. Vidya avidye mamatanu vidyudva saririna bandha mokshakariyadye mayaya me vinirmite. So by my Shakti only Vidya and Avidya both are created. So in the first example, when Brahmaji you said, one may misunderstand that Avidya is created by the Brahmaji. So there is no connection with the Lord. And Advaitins, what they want to claim? That absolute truth is not cause for the Maya. Only Jiva Agnanam is the cause for the Maya. If you say Brahmaji is creating Avidya, then what will happen? Jiva is creating the Avidya. Yes, we are true. Advaitins, they say, yes, our concept is right. Yes, Brahmaji created, that means he is a Jiva. He is initial Jiva. Because of him, Avidya is existing. So then their concept is boosted. Now, hey, this Avidya is not Brahmaji's own energy. Mama Maya. Me Maya. Krishna is saying. Uddhav Gita, Krishna is saying. Yeah, it's clear now. It's Krishna's. Krishna is already, he proved here, Krishna's the Bhagavan. So we are already saying Krishna is the Bhagavan and he is the absolute truth. Now he himself is saying now, this is my energy. Not his own chaya. It's written own chaya, but yeah, chaya you should take. It's not no Sanskrit word is there. It's own chaya. Prabhupada translated anyway.
His own chaya, from his own chaya.
Own chaya is not there actually.
Chaya,
Chaya.
I said it, correct.
Let him ask, yeah, why you are coming inside. Continue.
But I'm saying that, see, previously that, what is that verse? Yeah. Yeah. 320.
Yeah, 320:18.
Shasajja saya avidya pancha pavanam agrata. That means in the beginning, okay? That means chaya.
Okay, you own chaya also, no problem. Anyway, you can any chaya you can take. Okay, chaya se avidya create kiya. He created avidya by the
But this
shadow.
Who chaya this is? Other
You can take Brahmaji also or the chaya. So we are in somehow the chaya can happen because of the, if there is absence of the some light is nothing but the chaya. You can take like that also. What is your question actually? How you repeated you are asking now? No, main point is not that. Actually, Brahmaji created. In the third canto, we are saying that Avidya is created by Brahmaji. That means Brahmaji created means his energy. That means Jiva Shakti. Brahmaji is a Jivatma. That means there is no connection to the Supreme Lord. This kind of argument will raised from this. Yeah. Anyone can say. Then this statement is boosting their concept. Now what we are saying, of course it is created by Brahmaji, but originally it belongs to whom? Here, Mama Maya, Me Maya ya Vinirmite. This avidya, what are same avidya we are seeing in the third canto, here it is said Vidya avidye mamatanu vidyuddava saririnam bandha mokshakari adye. Adye means very starting. Mayaya me. Me means mama. Mama mayaya. Vinirmite. They are made. Example anyway, Jiva Goswami gave Brahmaji's example, but that is not so powerful actually. So one may raise the questions on this because now it is a defeat. It's a point actually now long debate is going on. Since we are reading like a textbook, but if you see it is like a Purapakshi book. Opponents they see there is a debate actually is going inside. But Jiva Goswami is not presenting the opponent's arguments because he doesn't want to waste his time just by discussing their views as Purapakshi. So he already clarified into Tattva Sandarbha that he is interested in only presenting in his philosophy. But actually, if you go and see, since when the writer is writing any point, we should understand he is keeping something in the mind and something is the cause actually. There is some cause. He is keeping something, people might be thinking like this, so that's why I should write like this. So that's why if you go just behind this line, what is the cause? Why the Jiva Goswami wrote this? If you just look into the inside of the heart of the Jiva Goswami, then you will understand, oh, Purapakshi is there here. Huh? Yeah. Their arguments are there. Anayoho avirbhava bhedascha sruyate. So both are appearing in two different ways. Yes. 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 Vidya is the Swarupa Shakti that mokshakari. No. We don't need to, yeah, any sloka if you take, we don't need to take the total sloka. And you see, this avidya is appearing in which stage? In the secondary creation starting. And this gunamaya is appearing in which stage? Even before. You are getting? Yeah, even Brahmaji also was not there at that time. So, avirbhava bhedascha sruyate. Even the appearance is also is different. Two different times it appeared. Two differently they appeared. Yes? Gunamaya appeared very starting. So that's why you should not say that ahankara is there and that is the cause for the covering of. Maybe that element is there, but that is not directly. That means Brahmaji once again he created. Of course, those are only main elements, but he created specially. So to cover the knowledge, tamaha, moha, tamaha, mahamoha, tamisra, andatamisra, is specially created. So that jivatmas can attach to the body. Otherwise, every jivatma want to become liberated. Tatra purvasyaha padme. Even in the Padma Purana also, it is said, that means Jivamaya. Purvasya means Jivamaya. Sri Krishna Satyabhama Samvadiya Kartika Mahatmye Devaguna Kruta Maya Stuto. So in the Padma Purana, Satyabhama and Krishna both are discussing about the Kartika Mahatmya. In that context, so Devatas are glorifying the Maya. There we can, in that chapter actually, there's a chapter name. In that, so we just taking the example from the Padma Purana, which is the context is in the Padma Purana where the Kartika Mahatmya is discussed. In that chapter, so Krishna and Satyabhama they are discussing the Kartika Mahatmya. In that chapter, these Devatas, Devatas are glorifying the Maya. So in that glorification, we are taking this sloka for the exemplifying this Maya. Which Maya? Jiva Maya. Itistuvantaste deva tejo mandala samstitam ददृशुर्गगने तत्र तेजो व्याप्तदिगन्तरं तन्मध्यात् भारतीं सर्वे शुश्रुर्व्योमचारिणी अहमेव त्रिधा भिन्ना तिष्ठामि त्रिवदैर्गुणैः. Babaji Sanskrit, English, you read me Mata. Everyone here.
While the gods were thus eulogizing her, they saw an effulgent aura in the
When gods
sky.
means demigods, they are glorifying. Eulogizing means glorifying. Then what they
Illuminating all directions.
they see?
They saw an effulgent aura in the sky,
Yes.
illuminating all directions.
Yes.
From this being, they heard a voice that
Voice.
filled the sky.
Yes.
Divided by the three gunas, I am situated in the three ways.
Yeah. Maya itself is saying, I am divided into three gunas. That effulgence is who? That effulgence is nothing but Maya Devi. What she is saying? So she is saying that I am existing in three ways. Ahameva tridha bhinna tishtami trividaihi gunaihi. I only exist in three guna, three forms by the three gunas. Sattva rajas tamas. उत्तरस्याः पाद्मोत्तरखण्डे असंख्यं प्रकृतिस्थानं निविडद्वान्तमव्ययम्. अव्ययम माताजी, मव्ययम कहाँ से ले गया? Read me English. Read out for English.
The second division of Maya is described in Uttarakanda of Padma Purana. Unlimited are the places of material nature, all imperishable and pitch black.
What is that? Once again.
All unlimited are the places of material nature, all imperishable and pitch black. PATCH.
Okay. I don't understand what is this. Okay, let's just two examples. They are explaining about the Jiva Maya and Guna Maya. So go to the next. Anuched. Ata Swarupa Bhutakyam Antarangam Shaktim Sarvasyapi Pravrutyanyathanupapatya Tavadaha Dvabhyam. Now we are going to discuss about the Swarupa Shakti. Swarupa Bhuta Shakti. We discussed Lord is having the Shakti, and that Shakti is three types: Antaranga, Bahiranga, and Tatastha. So first we are going to discuss in this Sandarbha Swarupa Shakti. We are interested in Bhagavan, that means Swarupa Shakti. But to make clear of this Swarupa Shakti, we also discuss Bahiranga Shakti. But we will discuss Tatastha Shakti in the Paramatma Sandarbha. Now our main interest is Swarupa Shakti. Now we are going to study Swarupa Shakti. How to understand Swarupa Shakti? Swarupa Shakti, it is very easy to understand. Without Swarupa Shakti, nothing will function in this material world also. Pravrutyanyadhanupapatya. Like Devadatta is fatty, but he is not eating daytime, means he is eating night time. Similarly, everyone is walking, seeing, learning because of what? Swarupa Shakti. Because Kriya Shakti, Gnana Shakti is not belonging to the Bahiranga Shakti. So, but now you are seeing this so many movements, so much pravrutti. Movements means movements, Kriya, actions. It's because of what? Swarupa Shakti. That is itself is a proof. Without Swarupa Shakti, if there is only Maya, can you see any movements in this nature? No, nothing. Even plants will not grow. You cannot lift your hand also. So how can you say? Yes. Yanna sprushanti na vidur mano buddhi indriyasava. Anyone is having problem? Shall we go another 10 minutes? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. No. I want Muni's glowing face. Then I will proceed. Huh? No. Oh, Muni is not having problem. I never stop. Only one this sloka. Just. No, 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 not 5. Just 5 minutes I will take only. Because you should not overload the students also. So many morning onwards, so many problems, so many points, not able to assimilate also. Yanna sprushanti na vidur mano buddhindriyasava antarbhaischa vitatam vyomavattannatosmyaham dehendriya prana manodiyomi yadamsha viddah pracharanti karmasu naivanyadalohamiva prataptam स्थानेषु तद्रष्टृपदेशमेति. Translation I will read. I will read translation, then after that I will leave class. Nothing more. Discussion if we start then takes much time. These two examples are there to say, that means the concept what you said, just by seeing the pravrutti in this nature, you can understand that existence of Swarupa Shakti. Pravrutti anyadhanupapatti. Without Swarupa Shakti, there is no movements in this nature, in this material world also. So, this point is set. Swarupa Bhutakya Antaranga Shakti is proved by this. 6, 16, 23. Who is saying this? 60. Chitraketu Maharaj. Last chapters, na? Last before one. How many chapters are there in 60? 19? 19 chapters? Okay. 19. अरे हमको cheating कर रहा है. The Supreme Brahman emanates from the Supreme Personality of Godhead and expands like the sky. Although untouched by anything material, it exists within and without. Nonetheless, the mind, intelligence, senses, and living force can neither touch him nor know him. I offer unto him my respectable obeisances. Next one. As iron has the power to burn when made red hot in the association of fire, so the body, senses, a living force, mind, and intelligence, although merely lumps of matter, can function in their activities when infused with a particle of consciousness by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As iron cannot burn unless heated by the fire, the bodily senses cannot act unless favored by the Supreme Brahman. So that means we have two energies, three energies. Anyway, material energy, Bhiranga Shakti is inert. There is no action, there is no Kriyashilata in that, there is no activeness. It's a Jada, and also there is no awareness. So now another two, either that means what we are seeing in the material world, activeness, Kriyashilata, and also consciousness, then from where it is we are seeing. So either it should be the Tatastha Shakti or otherwise it should be the Swarupa Shakti. Can we consider it as a Tatastha Shakti? But Tatastha Shakti cannot, because it is infinitely small. So infinitely small, being infinitely small, so how can you say it is only belong to the Tatastha Shakti? So that's why you should, there is one more problem also we'll discuss in future. So it is belonging to the, ultimately Chit Shakti is the reason that can be the Tatastha Shakti and the, or otherwise the, so the Swarupa Shakti. But actually the truth is it is a Swarupa Shakti. Why not the Tatastha Shakti? We'll discuss also anyway. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes. Because statement itself is there. That is the main reason. Directly Lord says it's my energy, my Swarupa. If you say Kriyasilata is the Jiva's energy, then rivers are flowing. And which Jiva's that energy? If now water you brought and it is flowing,